So let's talk about having a young person, when I say young, up to kind of early 20s, living in the house who has anxiety. Okay, I know how frustrating that can be for parents because I speak to parents all of the time. But the majority of those young people, what I observe is they'll go out with their friends, no anxiety. They'll do their own social stuff, no anxiety. They'll go to the shops on a Saturday, no anxiety. So how is it that they're only suddenly anxious when you want them to engage with the family or do things together or help around the house or look for a job, for example? For some people, anxiety does only occur in certain circumstances. But what I've just described is not anxiety. It isn't anxiety. What that is somebody using anxiety as a label to get what they want, to perhaps manipulate the parents, to get attention, and to avoid, as I've said, getting a job, taking responsibility for themselves, and making that transition from being a young person into the realities of the adult world. I'm sure that will resonate with some of you. So how do you break that cycle? Well, one of the things that you can do is to kind of gently confront that behaviour and ask the question, how is it you can go out with your friends, you can go to the shops on a Saturday, you can do things that you want to do, but when we ask you to do something like get a job or finish your driving test or, whatever that thing is, those things are, that you're unable to do it? It's worth having that confrontation. Maybe there'll be a tantrum. So approach it again at another time. That's a good way of starting to deconstruct whatever myths they've created around themselves. Because the thing is, the longer these myths and stories continue, the more that person tells themselves that they're anxious. And the more we tell ourselves something, the more real it becomes. So you end up with a young person who's really frustrated, the parents who are really frustrated, and they just end up, butting their heads together and getting nowhere. The other thing that you can use as a tool is to say, well, I found this therapist, and he's prepared to help you with your anxiety. Let's get you booked in. I've had a number of parents over the years who've called me back, and when they've confronted the younger person with an actual solution for anxiety, the younger person thinks, I've been rumbled, and guess what? All of a sudden, their anxiety stops. So think about that. I am here to help with anyone who genuinely has anxiety, or if as a parent or carer, you are frustrated with somebody who is talking about their anxiety but won't do anything about it, then the answer is simple. Let me deal with it. I do this for a living. Doesn't mean I have to be nasty or confrontational or anything else. There are very gentle ways professionally of approaching this. And us therapists, we see this kind of thing all the time. So it's no big deal. There we go. That's the video for today. Parents living with young people with or without anxiety. Take care.